problem like this is asking two questions. First of all, how's your number sense? Are you decent at estimating things? And the second thing it's asking is, do you understand what a square root is? I want to hit each of those in turn. First, let's talk about this number a. Okay, it's given to us that a is 5.5. So knowing that a is 5.5, do we have a good idea of what the square root of a is going to be, approximately? Well, I don't. I don't know it exactly, but I know that 5.5 is bigger than 4. And I know the square root of 4 is 2. And I know the square root of 9 is 3. So what that means is the square root of 5.5, which no one's going to know exactly what that is, the square root of 5.5 is going to be somewhere in the middle. It's going to be somewhere in between 3 and 2, right? Because 5.5 is in between 4 and 9. So from that, we can rule out a couple of these things as nonsense, right? These, for example, they're between 1 and 2, or negative 1 and negative 2. They're not big enough. We need something between 2 and 3. So that leaves 3 good options here. And here's the second part of the question. Do you understand what a square root really is? I'll tell you what it isn't. Square root of a is not plus or minus the square root of a. You're used to that plus or minus being involved in square roots, and there's certain times when it's appropriate. But if you see a square root sitting in there, do not assume it is plus or minus. If it was plus or minus, it would say plus or minus. This one does not say plus or minus. Okay, another thing a square root is not, is it is not a negative square root. There are times when you want to take the negative square root of something, but again, this square root's just sitting there minding its own business. Don't stick a negative sign on it. That's not what this thing is saying. Square root, if all it says is square root of a, what that means is the positive square root of a. Not the negative, not either. It's going to be this one. Okay, so that's our answer.